Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video here today. Today we're on Planet Coaster again. I know I said I wasn't going to make another one of these, but here we are, who cares? Oh well. But today we're going over two coasters that I've created. I didn't do any videos on these because, well, I just wanted to make it in my own time really. But what we have here, as you can see clearly from the first one, well, not clearly, the first one is a Mack hypercoaster, and we've got a couple of flat rides here near the entrance, and there's also another coaster in the background that you can see. That is, I'll tell you guys what that is when we go over there, and you'll probably be able to tell what it is from the POV. But no, this is the area that we built this in. Then it's like I said, it's a Mack hypercoaster, Mack Rides, heavily inspired by Hyperia and DC Rivals hypercoaster, as you can see from the first drop there, how it twists 90 degrees down like that. But yeah, it goes up once it goes over the first drop. It goes into a corner like that. It rolls down like that, and does a couple of elements after that. But something you'll notice with all these rides, they are completely custom, all custom supported, as you can clearly see from this one. Everything is custom as far as it can be in this park. But yeah, it's about, I think it's 230 feet, 34 feet tall, this ride is. But yeah, let's head into the queue line of Icarus. That's what this ride is. Yes, I know, inspiration from the original name for Hyperia. We'll do a day and a night ride on this. We'll go in the main queue, and then we'll do the single rider for the next one. But yeah, we'll skip all the queue. It shows to go around there. We're not going to go around there. But yeah, we just from the queue you get some really nice views of the ride. You know, you get the coaster over there. You can see overbanks and airtime hills, and yeah, that's just what it was. It's, like I said, inspired by DC Rivals hypercoaster and the one in Thorpe Park, Hyperia. I forgot the name of it for a second there. But yeah, we're going to head through the queue. It's a very long, windy queue, but I don't want to make it too Castle Penny, which this is not Castle Penny as much as it can be. But no, yeah. See, we get a decent view here of the ride. You can see a coaster. You can see a train just flying around there. Goes up like that, into a turn like that, and into a mid-course. I tried to make the elements high on this, as high as I could on this, but there are a few little dead spots. But we'll go into the main queue. But if we go over to here, you can see the starting point there. I didn't include that when I started this, but hey ho, here we are. We get a good view from out here. You can also see the other coaster just there. You can probably tell what that is just from looking at it there. But yeah, we'll go for a ride then on Icarus. I think we'll go for the front row on this one, and then on the other one we'll go for a back row ride. But yeah, let's have a ride on Icarus then. So that is Icarus then, the Mack Rides hypercoaster. It's a good layout. There's a couple of little rough patches, but overall I did really enjoy making this. You get a brilliant view of the ride from out here. Like I said, we're going for realism with this ride over anything else. As you see from the layout, it's not really themed, it's more stylised, which are more like what hypercoasters are, especially when you look at the likes of Hyperia and just any hypercoaster, to be fair. But yeah, as we exit here, we've got a little viewing platform we can go through here to watch the ride going around. Where is it? Where's the train? Oh, there it is, behind us. So you can see here we just have the area in general where the finishing section with the overbank there goes into a turnaround there, into another airtime hill, and then into this really unique stall element. I've never seen this done on a ride before, but I just thought it's cool, so I can add it into my own coaster. But yeah, we'll head out this way then, and we'll go take a ride on the second coaster in the park, which is just over this like mini bridge here. From here you get a really nice view of the lift hill, all of this crazy support structure, because I tried to make the supports as Mack as I could. But you get a lovely view out here of the first drop and the first turnaround there, and also the 0G roll and the almost like an inner one that goes into a roll. But you also get the really nice overbank there. But we'll watch it go around just here quickly. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. That is where that comes around and then goes up there into that roll. I know that's not the smoothest part on the ride, but it's really unique and I really enjoyed it. But we'll head into this area then. You can clearly see what this is now that we're down here. It's a B&M hypercoaster. That's what I was going for with these rides in this park, hypercoasters. This one inspired by Shambhala at Portaventura, or basically any other hypercoaster. But no, we got another flat ride in this area. I think it's a Gerstlauer Skyfly, I think it's called, something like that. But really unique queue line, taking inspiration here from Ripsaw. There's a lot of inspiration in this theme park. But yeah, we'll go through here then. There's more viewing opportunities. If we go over here, we've got a splashdown. Where's the next train? Is it going over? Yeah. Oh no, it's right there. Right, so watch this go past. Cool. But no, we'll go back around the way we came. We've got a load of these planters here as well with big trees. But you go out here, you get a good view of the lift hill on the first drop. This one's about 232 feet tall, so again, quite tall for a coaster. But yeah, tried to get also the custom supports as good as I could to realistic hypercoasters. But we'll head into the ride entrance here of Calypso. If you couldn't guess, we're going for like a goddess kind of theme in the area. So you got obviously Icarus up there, and then here we have Calypso. But here's the ending section then of the ride. The queue line. Am I in the fast track or am I in the main queue? Fast track, okay. No, main queue, sorry. I don't even know my own queue line. But no, we get good views of the ride from it within this queue line. I did this in the final turnaround section. I know it's not quite the safest because there's a lot more rock queue line instead of fencing queue line. But we have put the ride fence in wherever there are any sections that get close. So you can see the train going around there, going into those elements there. But we'll head around here. I like the colour on this ride as well. It's like a really nice blue kind of colour. You can see the Mack coaster in the background there. But no, we'll head through this little area. Got another one of these ride shops that I had in the other area. I didn't speak about that, I forgot to. But no, this is another one of these ride shops that they have these like midway through the queue line. But whenever I've been to a theme park, I've never ever seen one open. But I think they just kind of put them there for theming, if you will. But but no, we'll head round here. More of the queue line. This one's a bit more cattle penny, but it's also still trying to be as flowy as I can make it. The operations on this coaster are actually pretty good, to be fair. But we'll watch the B&M come around. See the Mack again in the background, just cresting the lift hill. But this is quite a fast section on the ride. This is, you can see it coming around there through first overbank, second one. It goes around a turn into another airtime hill, and then does some more elements around the back there. But no, we'll head round here, go on to a ride for Calypso here. Here's where the fast track merge point is. This hasn't got single rider because I couldn't be bothered to do that. But we'll go through the final bits of the queue line here, and here is the station. Oh, we came in at the wrong time there because the train's just left. This is what I mean by the operations are insane. Why did you stop? the train has quite clearly left the thingy, but let's go ahead and take a ride then on what's it called again? About right, Calypso, that's it. Let's go take a ride on Calypso then. So that was Calypso then. Fun B&M hypercoaster. It's definitely not the best, but it's also not terrible. It's got more wide range of elements compared to Shambhala. You can see just the height of it from down here. Again, for this one, going realism. That's what this entire park was, just going for realism over anything else. But yeah, we'll head out. Also, I forgot to show this in the Mack hypercoaster. We've also got ride photos. I did spend quite a while making these, making those ride photos. But what we're actually going to do now is we're going to head back over to the front of the park, off of this ride here. We'll go back underneath that bridge section there. You see, this is the entrance to the flat ride. There goes to this queue line here, then goes up there. But no, we'll head back out to the front of the park then, underneath the Mack coaster. Where the coaster is. Again, this coaster's got quite good operations. Like there's never stacked trains in this area. But what we'll do now is we'll go through here, go back to where we started. I know, and we're going to go onto here, set the light into AM, and we have the night rides. Now this is something that did take me quite a while. You see the colour change just there. We've got changing coloured lights around the ride as well. So the rides change colour when it goes over, like, well, yeah, basically the entire area changes colour. We've also got it on the B&M hypercoaster over there. You can see it also turns green. But yeah, we've got the B&M hypercoaster over there. You don't really see it on the hypercoaster over there, but that's just a case of moving some of the lights around. Now this will be available on the Steam Workshop when I can be bothered to put it on. But but no, we'll head on then for a night ride on Icarus We'll go through the fast track and single rider entrance here. Speed through the queue line. The single rider split off point. It's very thin, this queue line, but that's the best I could have done because it's Planet Coaster 1 and the path in this isn't very good, and I still haven't got Planet Coaster 2 anytime soon. So yeah, we'll head up into the single rider line. I do have, like I said, I do have lighting over on the B&M Hyper, but the way I've made it, you don't really notice it. But we've also got the disabled what's it called now? I can't think what it's called. Lift, that's it. Yeah, we'll go then again, changing colour. We've also got it all in the stations as well, where it changes colour. There you go. You can kind of see a little bit of the colouring over there on that one support over there. But no, we'll go for a ride then. Good time in there. We'll go for another ride on Icarus, but this time I think we'll go on the back row. Yeah, back row sounds good to me. No, let's go for a ride on Icarus then. So that was Icarus then. At night, again, really enjoyed making this coaster. I didn't enjoy the display sequence of light, but we also have the lights in here in the thingy. But we have, that's what I meant with the ride photos before we got actual people on that one though, which isn't possible. Hello, why has it gone dark? What's happened? Why has it gone dark in there? No idea what's happening there, but probably need to just do some changing with the lights. But no, here's how the Mack coaster looks then from over here. I didn't know, forgot about this view. It looks quite nice from here. See the overbank just there, crazy overbank. But no, we'll have a look out here. I think, yeah, the coaster's just there, so I think we'll watch the coaster going around. I was sharp into the brakes then, that was. But you know, it goes around there. Obviously, over onto the overbank, around a corner into the airtime hill. Oh yeah, the ride photo camera as well, I forgot to say that. Yeah, that's all hooked up as well together, so when the ride goes over there, go over the lights, it flashes and yeah, does all the cool stuff. That's how it takes your picture. But but no, we'll head out the Mack area. I love looking at this coaster, especially with like all the supports, because they look nuts and realistic to real life what a Mack coaster would look like. But we'll head into the B&M area, not the home stores, but here's the soundtrack change as well when you walk into this area. We'll skip past this area. It does have the lighting, but I don't think you see it. You just see a glimpse of it there. No, that's wrong. There you go. There's a glimpse of it. But no, we'll head out here. We'll watch the ride go over because there's also lights on the splashdown. So when it hits the splashdown, oh, I thought it was going to make a cool colour. I thought it was going to change the water to being red, but never mind. But no, we've obviously there's 4 main colours. There's blue, red, green, and white, or something like that. I think, yeah, that must be it. On the colours, but you don't really notice the colours as much as you do on the other ride. There's literally no room here, I've just realised, to get through, but oh well. We'll head through the fast track entrance because I can't bother to go through that queue again. This one goes over here. I probably should add some queue fencing. That's the only, the loose articles catcher thingy. I probably should add some of them in because at the minute there isn't any, but especially here as well, because look how close it gets to the ride. Like, yeah, the ride's literally right there. But no, we'll head through the queue line then of Calypso. Not really much else to say. Is the fast track merge point. I don't really like that. I think is there ride fencing? No, there isn't any ride fencing. Whoops, need to add some of that then. I'll probably add that after the video, but we'll head up here. Now what's cool with it sometimes is it doesn't sync up properly, so every now and again you get purple lights, which is kind of cool, but can't believe I'm getting going nuts over purple lighting, but oh well, this is what this channel's coming to now. But no, we'll go for a ride on Calypso again. This time again we'll go back row for this one, so yeah, I'll see you guys when we get off. So that was our ride then on the Calypso, the back row ride. It's a really fun ride, especially on the back row. But what we'll do before we end off this video, we'll go for a little bit of a look around the area. We'll do a bit of cinematic work as well. I know it won't look very good, but oh well. But you don't really see, there's lights from around here, but when you go when you zoom out of the park and you actually do look around, you do actually see it. But no, we'll head back out the same way we came with a splashdown here. But no, we really enjoyed making this little area. It's been fun doing hypercoasters because I don't often do hypercoasters. I've never done a hypercoaster, to be honest. I've never done one in a video at least. Oh wait, no, that's a lie. I did do a B&M hypercoaster in Telford theme park. Yes, I remember that now. I lied. But that wasn't a very good B&M hyper because it was just I ran out of space and just kind of built it in there. But I've only just realised that I've never noticed that. I've never actually noticed that these bollards go orange when it's testing. That's the only way I can explain that. That's really cool. I never knew that. They say that you learn things every day, and little did I know it'd be Planet Coaster stuff. But that's going to do it then for this video, guys. If you guys did enjoy this one, please hit the like and subscribe button, turn on notifications as well for more Planet Coaster and theme park content. I'll be going to Silverstone this coming weekend, so I'll be getting some footage from there. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this one, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys in a brand new video next time. Goodbye.